Hi Flosstube, I'm Sarah, Cross Stitch Sarah here on YouTube and over on Instagram. Welcome to my channel, which is a channel all about cross stitch, and this is a Flosstube extra all about Stitch in London retreat weekend 1 that I attended at the beginning of October. So those of you who are eagle-eyed and watch my channel all the time will know that I have just uploaded, or hopefully just uploaded because I've just filmed it, a regular Flosstube episode recap in September. And for those of you that haven't seen the Flosstube short or my Instagram, the reason I was so late with that was because after Stitch in London, unfortunately I came back with COVID and haven't really been very well at all for the last, well, it's almost 2 weeks and I'm still not 100%, as you can probably hear, but I do feel a lot better. But I just wanted to do the Stitch in London sort of recap and show you everything and tell you all about it separately, because I know that not everyone is interested in that kind of thing, and also it would have made my regular Flosstube video, you know, 2 hours long or whatever. So I went to Stitch in London, which was at Watford, at a Holiday Inn at Watford Junction, literally a 5-minute walk from the train station, and it was on from Friday the 4th of October to Sunday the 6th. I arrived on the Friday. It started at sort of 12, I think, lunchtime on the Friday. I arrived a bit after that, and then I actually stayed on the Sunday night and came home on the Monday, just to make my life a bit easier, negotiating trains and so on. So it was, yeah, and it was great. I sort of got to the hotel, and fortunately I could check in straight away, so I could dump all my stuff in my room and then grab my stitching bag and get down to the stitchy room, which was basically a conference room in the hotel. And in it, I walked in, and it was full, and there was people everywhere. And Charlie of Charlie Feathers came running over to me, because although we've been friends for a long time, we haven't actually met in person, so it was so lovely. Yeah, she literally ran across the room. She'd saved me a place at the table that she was sitting at, and we were waiting for Kim of Stitchy Squirrels, but Yasmin's Made with Love was already there. Laura, Cotton and Clay, Butterfly Stitches 83 was already there, and there was a lady called Rosemary. Hi Rosemary. And then I think after that Hazel joined us. Well, I'll talk about Hazel later when I show you what she gave us. Hazel is a retreat legend. If you've been to other retreats, you may well have met Hazel. She always has bags of good stuff that she gives away, that she makes herself. She is such a wonderful lady. So I felt very like everyone was really friendly, and I just got to meet all these wonderful people. First time I'd met Yasmin, first time I'd met Kim. I had met Laura very briefly at Big Stitch in July, but I didn't sit on the same table as her, so we didn't chat too much, but so that was really nice to get to chat to her properly. And yeah, it was just a fabulous weekend. I have to say, Marie of Stitches and Diamonds and her husband Gunter literally must have not slept for weeks to put this event on. It was so well organised. The hotel was lovely. The food was great. The room was great for stitching in. Yeah, just everything about it was brilliant. I have no complaints, no faults, no nothing. It was just, yeah, wonderful. Talking of Marie, Stitches and Diamonds, she launched at Stitch in London her new fabric dyeing business. So we have a new UK fabric dyer, Swan Bay Fabrics. The website is now open. I will put a link below. Please go and have a look. We got to see the fabrics there and buy them if we wanted to. I did order some because I wanted some 32 count, and they didn't have a lot of 32 count there. But I could order it at the show price. I've since gone on the website and ordered some more, obviously. But it was just, the fabrics are just lovely. I mean, the colours are just beautiful. So I'm really pleased for you, Marie and Gunter. Well done. I don't know how you did all of that and organised the retreats, because there was 2 Stitch in Londons. There was the one the weekend after as well, and in between she had to go back to work, I think. And I don't know how she's done it, but absolutely brilliant. I'm so pleased for you with the fabric dyeing business. Yeah, and it was all just great. So we got a retreat goodie bag when we arrived. That was on the table, with a few bits in that had been put together by Marie from various places. I'll show you those. We had the chance to pre-order some things, charts, threads, and some things from Cotton and Clay like needle minder, scissor fob, and so on. I didn't order everything, but I'll show you what I did order. Then everyone did table gifts. I'll show you what I did for other people and what I got. And then each day there were vendors. So we had Yasmin's Made with Love with her charts and her boxes and her bags. Charlie Feathers, needle minders, ring bling, floss drops. Yeah, gorgeous stuff. Might have bought something from most of these people. Cotton and Clay was there with her needle minders and scissor fobs and so on. Lynn of the Sampler Guild, she was there and she'd got linens, and then she had got a box of charts that were priced up, but she said, oh, ignore the prices on there, everything's £3 or £2 or something like that. So I did get a couple of charts from there that you'll see. Love Poppet was there. I think that was the Friday or the Saturday. So it was really lovely to meet Claire in person. She is wonderful. She's such a hoot. She was just just lovely. So it was really nice. So I will put pictures in either as we're going along or at the end or whatever, so you can see a few of the stalls that were there, the vendors that were there, what they had. There was also Letitia of Corey's Little Shop with all her threads. I mean, every thread you could ever want, from Valdani to Weeks Dye Works to Orifil, everything in between. It was just, yeah, it was amazing. There was also Ness's Craft Room. She makes beautiful quilted project bags. I mean, they are just perfect. So she had a lot of bags. Coffee Craft Fabrics was there, with a ton of fabric. I did buy one piece from her that I then stitched on immediately with a chart that I bought from Lynn. And then, like I say, there was Marie with sort of showcasing the Swan Bay fabrics for the first time. And then she also had on the Sunday charts, vintage country mocha fabrics, which was the called for, or what Yaz had stitched the models on for her charts. And then she also had, Marie also had threads, Roxy Floss Co. threads. So they were all on various days. Yasmin was there Saturday and Sunday, but not everyone was there both days. I can't remember exactly who was there what day now off the top of my head, but they were all there at some point over the weekend. I did get a couple of finishes, well, starts and finishes. I did take part in the Smalls Exchange, so I'll show you what I got and what I did. And obviously there was haul. And other than that, it was just brilliant. Meeting new people, catching up with people that I'd met before at other retreats. So I got to see Whitney and Flossie Sews and Grows, Sally. They were there. Now I've met them before at Big Stitch in July, but again, only briefly. And Shell, who is Cheesecake and Cross Stitch. She's lovely. I met, again, I think said hello to her at Big Stitch, but didn't really get chance to sort of interact or chat to her properly. So it was really lovely to spend some time chatting to her, getting to know her. Got to see Lizzie again. This is Mrs. Fisher Stitches. Kate, my friend Kate Parker. Justine and her friends whose names I couldn't remember, but I think it's Elaine and Julie. That's really terrible. I met them for the first time at one of the Floss Friends retreats a while ago now, and it was lovely to see them again. And then somebody new that I met is Danielle of Danny Stitchy Nook on Instagram. So it was really nice to meet you, Danny, and spend some time with you. She came with us when we went to get some food on the Saturday night, and yeah, sort of spent the evening with her as well. So that was really lovely. There was lots of other people that I interacted with as well, and I can't remember everybody's names, but yeah, it was really good. Oh, and I forgot Ness's Craft Room. Ness was actually on our table. I didn't even mention her when I was going through the table, people. So sorry, Ness. But yeah, she was on our table as well. So that was really nice to put a face to a product, to a name, to a business. So yeah, all good. Now don't know if you'll be able to hear that on the video, but my neighbour next door has literally just started doing something in their house, which sounds like they're using a drill, something like that. So I really hope you can't hear that, and if you can, I hope it's not too distracting. We'll just plough on and ignore it, I feel. So when we got there, like I say, there was a this little baggie on the table, and inside were a few things that Maria put together. So there was a little sheet that I haven't filled in that had got a space for you to put who you met, who was at the table, new Flosstubers to watch, what projects you worked on, and so on. I didn't have time for any of that. I was way too busy chatting and stitching and doing all the good things. So also in this bag was, let's see, grab these things out. There was a handy highlighter, very useful. A lovely Stitch in London thread keeper. I think this is by Daria Makes. Yeah, so Daria Makes. So that's really nice. I didn't expect that. So yeah, so that's it's lovely. To hold your threads. A sheet of London themed stickers. Very nice. A lovely ring bling with the design in it that's part of one of Yasmin's designs that you'll see later for Stitch in London. Really, really lovely ring bling. And then talking of Yasmin, she designed a free little chart to go in the bag for Stitch in London of the tomato as well. So that was really nice. I need to get that stitched, along with all the other things I need to get stitched. You know how it is. So that was on our table in each of our places. We all got one of those. And then, as I said beforehand, you could pre-order certain things. So I pre-ordered Yasmin's booklet of charts that she designed specifically for Stitch in London. Absolutely amazing. 3 designs in here. So there's the small pincushion design, there's the box top design, and then the main sampler. This booklet, oh, there's a better picture on the back, closer picture on the back. So this one was designed that it will fit on one of Yasmin's boxes, which you could also pre-order. Now, I didn't pre-order it, and I would have done, but I was on the train and my suitcase was jam-packed. I didn't, on the last day, I didn't know how I was going to get it all in to get it home anyway. So there's no way I could have carried a box as well. But obviously you could, and it was designed so that you could stitch it on different sizes of fabric, different counts, and it would still fit on the box. So I think the models were done on 40 count, but even if you did it on a 32 count, it will still fit on the box, for example. It was, you know, she'd really thought about it, which was great. And the designs are just gorgeous. Designed to use the Roxy Flosco threads that we could pre-order, which I'll show you in a sec. But this whole booklet is just, let me see if I can show you any of it that's not got the chart in. It's just so nicely put together. You know, nice clear writing and pictures, and the charts are, let me just flash you a little corner, really big, really easy to read, just fantastic. And then at the back there was a whole section for contacts if you wanted to fill that in. Where are we? So you could get people to write in it, which I think some of the ladies did. I think Charlie and Kim did. Leave a message, so you could write a message to your table friends or anyone else that you met. I didn't fill any of it in. I just didn't get anyone to write in my book or on that card. I was just, yeah, totally engrossed in everything else and the whole experience. But yeah, the threads that were used, or what those charts were designed for, were Roxy Flosco Royale, which is the blue, and is it Merlot? Yeah, Merlot, which is the red. Oh, the sun's coming in now, so that's going to mess things up. And those are just perfect. They are just the most beautiful colours. So yeah, so I did pre-order those. We also had the opportunity to pre-order a kit that Historical Sampler Company had put together. Does it have a name? Autumn Panel. So I did pre-order the kit, and it looks like, the design looks like this. And we got the whole kit. There's everything in there. Chart, fabric, threads, needle, the lot. So that was really lovely. And then when I got to the table, I'd made well, put together some little table gifts. So I'd put together these little plain pouches, and I bought these because if you stitch the Stitch in London design by Yaz, the little pincushion, it should fit on there. So what I'm going to do is hopefully attach mine to this pouch. And then they all had a red or a blue zip. Sorry. And then inside I put a little ort tin. So just a little tin with a screw off lid to put your orts in. I bought some needle minders from Etsy with a bit of a London theme. Popped those on little cards. I popped in a couple of DMC threads, which I just thought were sort of London red and blue colours, the flag colours. DMC 796 and DMC 321. I also popped in a sticker and a couple of mascara wands. Now, I don't know if anybody has ever used these before, and I cannot take the credit. When we were at Floss Friends Retreat, I don't know if it was the last one or the one before, one of them, Lizzie from this Mrs. Fisher Stitches came round and gave us mascara wands. And basically they're to use when you have to frog. So if you have to rip out some stitches, there's usually lots of thread fluff left behind. And they work so well to just sort of brush away any of those fibres, because they're not too big. You know, they're a little bit pointy, so you can sort of get into little spaces and so on. They are just fantastic. So I ordered a bag load off Amazon, and I thought they were just a great little tip, great little tool. So I took a couple of those in everyone's little pouch. For my table gifts. Table gifts I received, I got this pouch, which is much nicer than the one I got, than I did. Lovely design on there, and it's really deep. And this was from Laura of Cotton and Clay, or Butterfly Stitches 83. And inside was, or is, this beautiful ring bling. The sun is going to ruin this now. Hopefully you can see that, with an owl on it. There was also a needle minder, a little heart, and a gorgeous kitty cat scissor fob with a little bell on and a little star. It's really, really lovely. I haven't used any of these things. Well, obviously I haven't been very well, but haven't used anything because I've been waiting to show you guys. So that was from Laura. Then from Kim, we got this little bag with a chocolate in, which is a vegan chocolate. I haven't eaten mine, which is unheard of, but anyway. And she'd made us all, each person got different ones, I think, some pins. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful long counting pins. These have got like little flowers at the top, a little bird. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. I don't know if it's focusing, but a little pink bird on the top. Absolutely gorgeous. So thank you, Kim. So that was that. We need more space. Charlie made us all beautiful floss drops with the decorative papers. Let me just see if I can tweak that curtain across a bit. Okay, beautiful floss drops. I've gone all dark. And quite a few as well. A decent amount there. And then also with it was a lovely ring bling. So just gorgeous. I love Charlie Feathers floss drops. So she's taking a little bit of a break from social media at the moment, so you won't see a lot of posts or any posts from her really. She did upload her Flosstube, so go over and check that out. But yeah, little break, and her coffee shop is closed at the moment, but when it reopens, I think it's going to be next month, then yeah, do get yourself over. They are the best floss drops. Also got this lovely bookmark made by Rosemary, who was at our table. Absolutely love it. Really, really nice little stitched bookmark for everyone. So thank you, Rosemary. Sally from Flossie Sews and Grows wasn't on our table, but the next table. She gave me a handful of her floss drops, which is very kind. So thank you, Sally. And she's also done her Flosstube, so go check her out as well. And Whitney, who was on Sally's table, gave everyone a little card and a little charm. So mine's a little... Oh, the lighting's gone really weird, hasn't it? A little moon, I guess. It won't turn around properly, but it's a little green moon. Oh, no. And then a lady from another table, I think her name was Emma, and she was there with her sister, and she was giving out these little sort of pouches, and there was a mascara wand in there, so she's also had that idea. A little tape measure with Stitch in London 2024 on, and some of these lovely little bulb pins, I think they're called. So you can use those to sort of attach little charms or little year charms or whatever you want to finishes and so on. So they're really useful. I really like those. So thank you, Emma. I think she said her sister had put these little baggies together as table gifts for their table, but she'd got spares. So that was really kind to share those out. Then a little while back, Charlie had been given some bits from a friend of hers, and one of the things that she was given was a jar that she wasn't going to use, and she'd asked me if I wanted it, and obviously she didn't want to send it in the post, it being glass, so she brought that with her, and it is this lovely sort of Kilner style jar, and on the top are these beautiful roses. It's absolutely lovely. I love it. So that was really good. And then Yasmin's Made with Love. She gave us all an exclusive mug, Stitch in London mug. I haven't even used mine yet because I've been waiting to show you guys. Beautiful orange inside. Absolutely love it. So thank you, Yaz. Then Claire from Love Poppet, when I went to her vendor stall, I'll show you what I bought in a minute, she'd got these DMC boxes that DMC had sent her that they had made or done for the Olympics. So she just said, do you want one? So I said, yes please. Really nice sturdy, I mean they're only cardboard, but a really sturdy box. And then inside is a little chart. I'll just flash it quickly. Paris chart. And then on the other side it's a chart for embroidery. So I thought that was really nice, actually. So very sweet, really good box, really useful. Can't wait to start using that. And then there's Hazel. Hazel, the retreat legend, came round first of all with pincushions. We could choose our own pincushion. So she has handmade these all herself. And she must have had gazillions in her bag. I mean, it was like Mary Poppins' bag. She just literally kept bringing stuff out of it. It was never ending. So we've got this lovely pincushion. Then later on, she came around and gave us pins. So I got this one. With like a sort of crystally top and then sparkly green on there. So that just sticks in the pincushion like so. Then she came round and gave us all these beautiful little dolls. Again, all handmade by Hazel. Absolutely lovely. And she also gave us little pouches. And then inside the little pouch, so it wasn't just a little pouch that you could put your bits and pieces in. Oh no. Inside the pouch were more goodies. So in mine was a little tiny pillow with fun cats on, and hearts on the other side. And it's filled with lavender. It's so nice. It's just, it smells amazing. So that was in there, as well as a scissor fob with little bees on. And some floss drops with sort of Beatrix Potter characters on. And flowers. Yeah, just gorgeous. So thank you, Hazel. Wonderful as always. You are literally, like I've said, a retreat legend. Anyone that goes to any of these retreats must know or must have met Hazel at some point. So that was really, really nice. I think, oh, the only other thing I got that was sort of given was there was a lady when they did the raffle on, I think it was Sunday, there was a lady that won the Historical Sampler Company's Advent box. So she was quite overwhelmed, and she'd got some bits that she was going to put on the D-stash table to sell. And she said she just felt like because she'd won such a great prize, she'd rather just give them away. So she came around with a handful of charts and said if there was anything we liked to take it. So I took this one, which is by Carriage House Samplings, Fawn and Friend. I just really like the colours on it. I just thought it was really lovely. I love this sort of aqua or teal, this sort of greeny colours, and the, yeah, I just thought it was really, really nice. I've never seen it before. It's on sort of good cardstock. The chart is on the back, and it uses, there's a DMC list, and then next to that there is also needlepoint silk listed as well. So you could do it in silks if you want. It's not very big, 63 by 63. So on 16 count, it's like 3 7/8 of an inch by 3 7/8 of an inch. So yeah, nice little pillow. Then, so that was all the sort of freebies and giveaways and gifts and so on. I'm really sorry about this lighting. This is where I have to sit to film. And obviously this is my front window here, as you know, with the curtains. And you can probably tell by the look of it here that the sun has decided that now is the time to start beaming in. So I've got the curtains closed, but that just means the camera can't cope with the lighting and keeps going dark. So I do apologise. I'm going to plough on. So the things that I worked on, I did work on the Big Bang Theory and finished that, which if you watch my regular Flosstube, you'll have seen the finish there for that. And then I also started and finished a few other things. So I started and finished Yasmin's Stitch in London pincushion chart. So this is on 32 count vintage country mocha Belfast linen, and I used the called for Roxy Flosco threads that I showed you before, Royale and Merlot, and then there are some little beads for the pin heads, which were also in with the chart, supplied by Yaz. So it's so lovely. Yeah. So started and finished that. And then at Lynn's vendor shop, the Sampler Guild, I said to you that she'd got a sort of basket of charts that she was sort of selling off. So I picked, Charlie had gone over and looked through them and picked up this little sheep tag and bought it for me. She knows I love a sheep. So then everyone was kind of going over, oh, where's that? Where's that? And we were all having a little rummage in this basket. And I also found Bunny's Bloom. So I picked that up. Now, both of these charts call for weeks dye works threads. I think there's one DMC in the sheep, but they both come with these little tags, which they say it's a necklace, but even on the called for 32 count, it's quite chunky for a necklace, but they're quite nice little tags. So I will finish them like that. I managed to get the threads from Letitia, Corey's little shop, while I was there. So I got all the called for weeks for them, so I could stitch them straight away. And I bought a piece of fabric, as I'd said, from Coffee Craft Fabrics in this sort of lilac-y, pinky 32 count even weave, and I immediately started the sheep, finished the sheep, and then did the bunny. So yeah, so I did change, if you can see on the bunny one, the next to the bunny was it ABC? ABC, letters ABC, but they were over 1, and I was like, I don't really want to put those on, so I just copied the heart. Well, sort of copied the heart from there, but I thought that was a bit big, so I just did a slightly smaller heart instead. But yeah, really pleased with those. I just need to get those finished onto the little tags. So that was the stitching that got done. Quite a bit, really. I was quite pleased with myself, because very often when you go to these retreats, you do about, 10 stitches and spend the rest of the time chatting. And don't get me wrong, there was a lot of chatting and a lot of milling about and shopping and chatting to people on other tables and so on. So it was all good, but yeah. So we also had the smalls exchange. Now, I did a smalls exchange. I'll put in a picture here of what I did. I made a little pillow with the chart by Erica Michaels called Stitch All the Things. I totally changed the colours to just brighter colours of my choice. Made it into a little pillow with a little bit of chenille trim. And the lovely Stitchy Rach, who is on Flosstube and over on Instagram, picked it, and she was really pleased with it. So I'll pop in a couple of pictures, because there's a picture of me and her together holding it as well. So so I'm really glad she liked it. And she has shown it on her Flosstube, so you can always go over there and have a look there too. I picked this one. Now, I hadn't bought my smalls exchange down from my room on the day that we were doing it, and so Marie stood up and started to announce that we were going to do the smalls exchange, and everyone had put their smalls on a table, and basically everyone had put their smalls on a table their finished pieces for the smalls exchange on the table. And then the idea was that Marie pulled numbers out of a hat for table numbers, and that table that was called then went to choose, and so on and so on. So it made it fair. And then I realised at that point that she was telling us that this is what was going to happen, that my smalls exchange was upstairs in my room. So I had to dash out and go and get it. Well, while I was out getting mine, Charlie Feathers was putting her smalls exchange piece on the table. So I wasn't there. So I didn't see her put it down. I hadn't seen it in advance, like she hadn't had it on the table or anything like that. So I had no idea whose was whose on the table. Came back, our table then got called, a couple of tables in or whatever, and I saw this box. Let me just grab the ribbon. I saw this box with this picture on the front, and it was tied up with this ribbon. It's got biscuits all over it. I was like, oh, I love me a biscuit. I love myself a cup of tea. I'm going to pick that. So I picked it and got back to the table, and Charlie said, oh, did you see me put that down? I said, what? I didn't really get what she was sort of saying. She goes, oh, that's mine. I said, no. I said, oh, when I was off getting my smalls exchange to put on the table, because I'd left it upstairs, so I didn't see anything. And she was like, oh gosh, I thought you'd picked it deliberately. I said, no, but I would have done if I'd have known. So I'm really pleased that it was Charlie's smalls exchange. Inside is a lovely card. And there's a lovely note on the back. Obviously it's not to me, because it could have been to anyone. Hello, lovely friend. And it details the details of what she's made and so on. And her social media, her Instagram and Flosstube. And then inside, what she'd made is this gorgeous, gorgeous little pillow. I mean, that it's just right up my street. I absolutely love it. It's a Lizzie Kate chart, apparently. I think Charlie used her own colours, but oh my goodness, I just love it. And the fabric on the back, gorgeous strawberries. It's just perfect. So I was so pleased. Thank you so much. But that wasn't it. Also in the box then, to go with the little pillow, should have taken this out but didn't, there are some pins from Chapel View Crafts. That's the card. And these gorgeous pins. look at those, a piece of cake and a Jammy Dodger style biscuit. I mean, to go in that little picture are just beautiful. There was also some stickers with cake and flowers and tea. And tea. 3 tea bags. That one is one of my favourite teas, the wild apple and cinnamon. And Charlie had sent me, I think I bought some floss drops, and in the package came one of these tea bags, and then I had to go searching for them and buy them because they're just so delicious. So there's that one, and then there's heartwarming and green tea and peach. So yeah, some lovely teas for me to have. And not only all of that, another set of gorgeous paper floss drops, all sort of floral, beautiful designs. So I couldn't believe my luck, basically, when I opened it and Charlie had said it was from her or by her. I was just, yeah, made up. It's so, so nice. And then there was shopping. So I don't think I went too mad. I did order, like I say, a couple of pieces of 32 count fabric from the lovely Marie at Swan Bay Fabrics. I ordered a sort of a pinky one and then more of a neutrally beige one. So when they come in, I will show you. I did message her to say that I have placed an order on her website for a couple of more pieces, and to just send everything all together. Don't sort of rush around to do one without the other or whatever, because basically when you order on her website, it is a sort of 2 or 3 week turnaround. They sort of die to order to a certain extent. I'm sure they'll have some stock, but generally the idea is that if you order, you won't get it next week. You are going to have to wait a little while, so you need to plan ahead if you want something for a particular project. Get it in, but it's definitely worth any kind of waiting time. From what I've seen, the fabrics were just beautiful. So other shopping, I did shopping with the lovely Charlie Feathers, obviously, because I love her floss drops and everything she does, and her needle minders are perfect. I got this set of floss drops which says, "I hear the whisper in the wind." And these are just the nicest hand drawn, hand decorated, beautiful floss drops. I can't tell you. Look, little boat. I'll just show you a couple of the others. Little bear flying a kite. Absolutely, the colours are just gorgeous. They're almost too nice to use, you know what I mean? So then the words in the title of the floss drops are then printed onto each one. Each word, sorry, is printed on one of the floss drops. Look at that one. Little owl in the cottage, and yeah, just this one. So really beautiful. So I bought those. I also bought ring bling sheep. The ring bling, absolutely gorgeous. Love me a sheep, as you know. And then needle minders. So she was showing, I think for the first time, her larger style needle minders. So I've got quite a few of Charlie's regular size needle minders, and she started doing these larger ones. So I got this one. I love me a cottage. I live in one, and I love me a sheep. They're just out there. So I just, yeah, had to have this one, and I'm trying to prise them apart. The magnets are super strong. These will hold your scissors. If you look on, if you watch Charlie's Flosstube, she shows all. They're just perfect. So again, another little cottage, some more sheep. And I also bought this one because why not? I mean, look at him. So yeah, kind of went a bit mad in Charlie's shop. Now I haven't got them here with me because I've put them somewhere safe. I did get from Laura's stand a couple of things for Bethany that she I sent her pictures and videos of what was for sale, and she got a needle minder from Charlie and a scissor fob from Laura. So I'll take a picture and I'll pop a picture up here of those. I went to see Claire at Love Poppet because she's wonderful, and it was so nice to meet her. And she'd got all her charts and kits and everything. I mean, her stand was lovely. Again, I will be putting some pictures in. But she'd also got these acrylic floss drops that she's made. So they're square, but with like a heart shape main hole, and then little holes to put your extra bits of thread on. And she'd put them together in sets. So this set is called Sugar Plum, and there was sort of green and then various shades of pinks and white. They're just lovely. So I got myself a set of those, and then I got this set which is called Forest Glade with, oh, and there's a little heart charm on it as well, with green and red and yellow and orange, which are for you, Bethany. She doesn't know about that, but yeah. And if she doesn't want them and she doesn't like them, and then I'll have them, but she will. So they're just lovely. I can't wait to start using those. I also went to Yasmin's shop and got this Stitch in London chart, which was designed for 2022. It does have an updated version inside for 2024. So I just love that little guy. I mean, yeah. So got myself that. And then when Marie had her shop open on the Sunday, she had charts from all different designers, including Teresa Kogut. Again, if you go on to Charlie's Flosstube or Laura's, and Laura's, not all, both, you'll see some of the charts that they bought by Teresa Kogut, which were lovely. But there was loads. And I think somebody said they already had this and somebody bought it there. This is Maker from the Doodles. Is it Doodles? Doodles series by Heart in Hand. I just thought it was really nice. And there was rumblings of a stitch along, maybe starting next year, for all of us to stitch it. So it does call for Classic Colourworks, Gentle Arts and Weeks Dye Works threads. There is a full DMC conversion, so you can do it all in DMC. And when I got home, I did go through my stash of fancy flosses and I found some, and then I just ordered the rest. So I am going to be doing it in all of the hand dye cottons, which are just gorgeous. The colours are lovely. Turn around so you can see ones that are... I mean, that blue is really nice there, and that sort of blue there. But yeah, really, really nice. So that's ready to go apart from fabric. And as I said in my regular Flosstube, I am going to try 40 count fabric. I really want to, so I have ordered some from Swan Bay Fabrics, Marie's new shop. So I might, and I did order some from Peakside, just some little size, you know, the 6th size, though they're quite small little bits, and they're quite reasonably priced. So I just thought, well, I'll get those, just in different, from a couple of different brands and a couple of different colourways, just neutral colours. So I might try using one of those for that design when we start it, hopefully next year. I think that's it. So it hasn't taken quite as long, but obviously if this had been added on to the Flosstube, it would have made it a super length feature film. But yeah, had an absolutely fabulous time. If you get the opportunity to go to Stitch in London, it's so easy if you have access to the train. It's literally a 5-minute walk, and I'm you know, I would much rather get in a taxi than walk very far. So even I could manage to walk from the station with my wheelie case, and like I say, it was perfectly organized by Marie. Just super good. Just had the best time. Unfortunate to come back with COVID, but it might not have been from there. It could have been from anywhere, but there were a few people that have since did then go on to develop COVID. So I hope they're all getting over it, and anybody else that may have got it. And it is just one of those things. But I'm fine. I've not been desperately ill. I've just not felt great. But yeah, that is it. Stitch in London wrap up. I can now put all these things away / use them instead of sticking. They've all been in a box for like 2 weeks waiting to show you guys. And don't forget to check out my regular Flosstube, which is also going up over today or tomorrow. and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.